User activity detected from geographically distant locations within a suspicious time frame requires an early alert system. In this use case, we will use Onum to analyze user geolocations and calculate the speed between them, to send an alert if any strange activity is detected. First, we pass the data coming from the listener to glean the usernames and IPs of Cisco VPN logins. In order to glean the exact geolocation of the logins, we send the public IPs to the MaxMind GeoIP database in the HTTP request action. Now we have the log geolocations from the Cisco VPN. We can take the username field from the parser and use the Redis action to check if that user already exists in the database. This detects whether it is the first time this user has logged in from the VPN, or whether they have used the VPN before. If the user does not exist, there is no previous IP information to track against. Therefore, this data is considered null as far as this use case is concerned. We use the filter action to separate the null from the not null values. We need to store the new user values in the database for next time, so connect the null port to a Redis action that sends set requests to the database. Once stored, it is sent to the null sink to be discarded this time around. If the value is not null, or in other words, data on this user exists, we can use it for further analysis. Now we know a user has previously logged in, we need to find out where and when they logged in, the previous times, to compare them with the most recent log. We add a parser action to obtain the timestamp and city fields of the most recent geolocated public IP, and another to grab the timestamp and city from the HTTP action, providing the user data from Redis. Now we can use the city fields to obtain the coordinates, as later we will use latitude to calculate the distance and time. Now we have the lat-long coordinate and timestamps, we can calculate the distance and time elapsed between the last Redis log and the most recent log. In the math expression action, we take the timestamp field of the log minus the Redis timestamp to calculate the difference in time. In the same action, we use the latitude coordinates in the following mathematical expression to obtain the distance. Using another math expression action, we calculate the speed. As the speed values for all users, existing and new, is useful for further analysis, it is stored back in the Redis database. Once stored, it is sent to the null sink. We connect the next actions to the same ports to continue using the data. We use the speed to track the movement of the user. If not enough time has passed in the time it takes to travel between the previous latitude and the most recent latitude, suspicious behavior is alerted. The filter action checks for speeds greater than what is considered to be suspicious. Here it is 100 km/h. If the speed matches this condition, it is sent to the message builder to compose a message that sends an alert to your destination sink. In this case, an alert is sent to Slack. With this, you have successfully implemented an early warning system and improved the security of your network. You'll find more information and videos throughout our documentation to guide you on how to use Onum.